sands are likely to be responsible for almost half of Canada's greenhouse gas pollution increases in the coming years, which, as we're seeking to reduce emissions, we're obviously taking us in the wrong direction.
The Alberta government recently passed a law requiring companies to cut their emissions intensity 12.5% per barrel. But as the number of barrels produced goes up, so do emissions. Greg Stringham, a lobbyist with the oil industry, says intensity-based targets, as they're known, are fair. He compares it to trying to improve the miles per gallon you get in your car.
I mean, intensity growth is really like miles per gallon on a car. From the production end of emissions, about 20% comes from production, about 80% from consumption. So treating it very similar to consumption side of things, we want to improve our mileage per gallon. But we're not going to say you can't stop driving a certain distance each year.
But those emissions could skyrocket if the industry meets its production goals. At a meeting in Houston, Texas, in January of 2006, representatives of the Alberta and federal governments met with their U.S. counterparts. They talked about how to get ready for production that could reach 5 million barrels per day. According to the minutes of the meeting, Canadian governments have already gone a long way to coordinating and streamlining the environmental and regulatory approvals, but more needs to be done. Since that meeting, Albertans elected a new government, but it seems the old priorities haven't changed.
Well, it comes over time.
Rob Renner is the new Environment Minister.
Well, let's be very clear. Alberta is not about to close the door to further investment. My job is to ensure that we have sustainable investment, that we protect our environment, and that's exactly what I'm doing. But I don't have a 6-month time frame or even a 6-year time frame. The time frame tends to be one that is future oriented. We want to make sure that we have an environment and an economy that in both cases are vibrant, that we can pass on to our children and our grandchildren.